Best Buy has really upped their electric transportation game in recent years, with most stores offering a selection of e-bikes and e-scooters physically available to purchase, as well as a sizable selection on their website. But are the scooters any good, and which ones are actually worth buying? I've actually ridden and tested almost every single electric scooter that Best Buy offers, and in this video I'll tell you which ones are actually the best buys. Links will be in the description if you're planning to purchase a scooter online and want to support the channel. But I know that one of the biggest upsides to purchasing from Best Buy is being able to go get the scooter at a physical store the same day. So I headed out to a few Best Buys in my area to see what scooters they were actually stocking.
Okay, here we are at the first Best Buy, the one closest to my house. So let's talk a little bit about what brands I'm hoping to see or what I'm expecting here. I really hope to see some Segway stuff and some new stuff. Those are two really high quality brands that Best Buy stocks. And if you can walk into a Best Buy and buy a Segway scooter or a new scooter, you'll be very, very happy with that. So yeah, let's go see. Okay, KQi3. No, it's not. This is the 300. Oh, this is the 300. Okay, so they have the latest KQi models. I don't know if they have them in stock though. This is KQi3 Pro, so they had KQi3 Pros. Oh, look, 300X. Wow, is this it? Oh no, there's a couple over here. 300X. It's a good one. Then they got a KQi2, and they have the new Max G3, which is nice. And they have a last gen F2. Okay, so I literally wanted Segway and new. I actually didn't know that that's what they were gonna have. Some of these Best Buys will have like Highboy, and some of them will have Okai scooters and that kind of stuff. This scooter is gonna be really desirable, and so it's nice that you can just walk in and literally like walk out with one. Even though you can, order one online and get it in a couple days. I also like that you can get a helmet, so you can get basically everything you need just walking into a Best Buy. Now, should you be spending, $50, $60 on like a Segway or a new branded helmet? Probably not. Just, order a good one online. But if you absolutely need to get a helmet, like you're wanting to ride it same day and you're not willing to wait for a helmet or willing to go anywhere else, they do have them. Okay. I honestly was hoping for a slightly larger selection. I feel like I've come into Best Buys before and there's been like a really big row of them, but let's go check out the second Best Buy and see if they have a better selection.
The second Best Buy only had a few options as well, but they were actually still pretty decent.
No-G Max. That's kind of cool. I saw that on the website. It's kind of cool that they have one actually in stock. This is a really good deal. This is a scooter that sold for $1,000 when it was new, $550 now. And look, they have Okai, but again, no scooter here. So I wonder what they have in the back. Maybe you could order something online and come pick it up.
At the third Best Buy, we finally hit the jackpot.
The people are really bad drivers around here, so I'm thinking that maybe they all normally ride scooters and that's why the driving's so hard for them. So there's hopefully going to be a giant selection of scooters for all of these scooter riders. We found the mother load.
There was a great selection from a number of different brands.
So they've got Max G2, got a new 300P, lots of Highboy stuff, E2 Pros. Okay, so one that I didn't even know existed is the 200P. So the 200F is available on New's website, but I think that this might be a Best Buy exclusive or North America exclusive, or maybe is yet to come out on New's website. So that's kind of cool that you can get this scooter here, which is a better price than the 200F. I think the 200F is almost $100 more, and all you're getting for that is those folding handlebars and bar and turn signals. These might still have the bar and turn signals though. Yeah, they do. They still have the bar and turn signals. So yeah, I'm not sure why the 200F is so much more. Yeah, they've got a pretty good selection. They've got the Highboy. The Highboy S2 is a really good selling scooter just because it's such a good price for what you get. So my hunch of this being a better scooter place was correct.
My first ever electric scooter, the one I bought after I used rental scooters for a week to get to work and decided it was worth investing in my own, was from Best Buy. Now I picked Best Buy to purchase from because frankly I was impatient. I wanted something that I could buy right away, go pick up, and start using right away. The selection at the time was laughable compared to what we saw at the stores we visited. Even the first couple stores with a smaller selection had much better options than even a couple years ago. The Hover One Alpha I bought was honestly garbage compared to the scooters you can go to the store and get today. Now you can get a genuinely superb electric scooter without having to wait and without having regrets about what you purchased. Before I break down the best scooters by price, I want to say that just about every brand that Best Buy has decided to sell is reputable and high quality. They clearly didn't just let any brand throw their stuff on their website. They made careful selections about who to partner with. So the good news is that just about any scooter you choose should be at the very least decent. But even among quality brands, there are models that are better than others, so let's get into which ones are the best of the best. Given the scope of this video, I won't be able to give a full in-depth overview of every single scooter mentioned, so I'll link my full reviews for each scooter down in the description if you want more info. Unless you're buying for a kid, avoid the scooters that are less than $200. It's just impossible to get a quality adult electric scooter with any amount of reasonable power and range for that price. If you're wanting to spend less than $200 for a child, the Segway C2 is the way to go. It's the best reviewed, comes from a very well-known and well-regarded brand, and in the short test I did at CES a year ago, it felt like a good quality, super solid scooter. For adult scooters under $500, my number one choices would be the new KQi2 Pro and KQi3 Pro. They're the best-selling scooters from Niu, and the KQi2 Pro is the best-selling scooter on Best Buy's website, and for good reason. The combination of performance, quality, geometry, and price makes them both extremely well-rounded, and the KQi3 Pro offers a bit more range, speed, and a larger riding platform. Now, the new generation of Niu scooters is here, and I'm not sure how much longer the KQi2 Pro and KQi3 Pro will be around. If they do happen to be gone when you're watching this, then the new generation Niu KQi 100P and F models would be my choice at this price. You get the speed of the KQi2 Pro, as well as many of the same features, while adding in front suspension and coming in at a slightly lower price. Segway does have a few adult models in this price range that are decent, but with the heavy discounts of the first gen Niu scooters and the release of the KQi 100, they currently don't have anything that offers as much for the price as Niu does. However, it's worth pointing out that Segway has the E2 Plus 2 and the Segway E3 on the way, both of which will be carried at Best Buy. The E2 Plus 2 is a slightly upgraded version of the E2 Plus, which sold like hotcakes, adding in a front suspension fork and matching the new KQi 100 as one of the few scooters in this price class with suspension. I've spent a lot of time with the E2 model, so I imagine this one will be just as good. The E3, which is due to be released sometime this year, hopefully, is supposed to have full suspension and should come in under $500. If you're willing to wait, and it's anything like the other Segway 3rd generation scooters, then the E3 has a good chance of becoming the best scooter at this price. If your budget will allow it, this is the best price range for an adult purchasing their first scooter. You get the best balance of features, performance, and quality, all while staying at a reasonable price. For someone looking for a reliable commuter, this is a great price range to shop in. There is an overwhelming amount of incredibly good options at this price, but I'll do my best to narrow it down for you. My number one choice under $1,000 by a very slight margin is the Segway F3. My full review of this scooter will be coming out shortly after this video, but in short, the F3 offers everything you could ever want out of a commuter class scooter and does it better than just about anything in this price class. And the price is right. At $850, it doesn't stretch a $1,000 budget all the way to its limits. It has full suspension, a top speed of 20 miles an hour, plenty of power for hill climbing, a max range of 44 miles, a sizable riding platform, wide handlebars, color center display, and a load of other features. For something with a bit more speed, the Apollo Go is my number 2 option at the price. You get a 28 mile an hour top speed and dual motors that offer better acceleration and hill climbing. The design is also sleek and modern. I think the Segway F3 is overall a more comfortable and stable scooter, but if you want more bang for the buck in the performance department, then the Apollo Go is a great choice. As mentioned, there are a ton of other really good options. The new KQi 300P, KQi 200P, KQi Air, the Segway Max G2, the F2 Pro, the Apollo Air, the GoTrax G6, and the Okai Neon Pro are all scooters I've personally ridden that I can easily recommend. So if you're wanting to pick up a scooter in person and your selection is limited, any of these would be a great option. I'll be doing a more in-depth comparison of $1,000 scooters on the channel in the near future, so feel free to subscribe if you want to see that. As we get into these higher prices, Best Buy's selection shrinks dramatically, but there are still great scooters here. In particular, the new Segway Max G3 stands out at this price range and can potentially be found for under $1,000 when on sale. With the top speed of 28 miles an hour, full hydraulic suspension, large 11-inch wheels, a rear hub motor with a peak output of 2,000 watts, and new design and new features, it's a scooter that looks good and feels good to ride. It's not a perfect scooter, however, and if you want something with a bit more actual range and a larger riding platform plus a tail, the KQi 300X, my runner-up in this category, is another great option. But what about dual motor scooters at this price? These two single motor scooters sit very low in the price range, and usually a few $100s more gets you some pretty great dual motor scooters. Unfortunately, Best Buy's selection of dual motor scooters is pretty slim. The GoTrax Raptor seems to be the exact same model as the GX1 I've tested, and it offers primarily great performance for the price. The overall quality isn't top tier in my opinion, but the price to power ratio is pretty hard to beat. Awesome is a brand that I've reviewed before and been pretty impressed with, and they're carrying a couple dual motor scooters at this price. They must be a very recent addition to the Best Buy website because I didn't know until this video that Awesome's scooters were even available here. I haven't reviewed the models that they actually carry, the Gallop SR1 and the Leopard DT1 Pro, but I have reviewed the original Gallop model and more recently the L2 Max, which are both dual motor scooters that offer a ton of bang for the buck, so I imagine their other models are also great options. While all these dual motor scooters are definitely solid for the price and decent choices if you insist on buying from Best Buy, there are so many options available if you're willing to look elsewhere. It's worth doing research and being patient when buying a dual motor scooter this expensive. I have a dedicated video going over the best scooters in this price range, and I've reviewed a number of other options in this class since that video, so check out my channel for more reviews. Overall, Best Buy's selection of scooters really is impressive, and the ability to walk into an electronics store and come out with a two-wheeled transportation device that is actually good is quite impressive. I'll release updated versions of this list as time goes on and their selection grows and changes. Let me know if I missed any scooters. There are definitely good scooters that I didn't talk about, so don't feel like you got ripped off if you went with another scooter from Best Buy. Once again, you can support the channel by using the links down below if you're going to order online. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.